So welcome to another episode of hopefully many more to come. Al High Motors, what's your story? We have a super special guest and extremely dear to our hearts, Mr. Raad Haddad. I'm going to let him explain the history behind his huge success. I'm sure a lot of people have heard about him. Maybe not so many have seen him. I think he's. I don't want to say he's camera shy, but he's not. He's not all over social media like a lot of other people. He definitely, in my eyes, is one of the best. First of all, people. Second of all, drivers, and he's a super big car fanatic. We can talk, and even behind camera, we are always in touch, obviously. But once we start rolling and talk about cars, it's a never-ending thing. And half an hour turns into 3, 4, 5 hours. So I will, without further ado, I would introduce you to Mr. Raad Haddad himself. And I would first start, as I usually do. I don't want to go too broad, but you just told me something, and I forgot about that. And because it concerns me personally, what is your first car?
Oh, my first car. Well, you have to. First of all, thank you for having me here.
Our pleasure.
My first car, the one I bought with my own money,
Yes.
or the car that my dad bought me, because my dad bought me around 30 cars. I'm a guy who like always the change. Of course, every car has its memory. Every car has its own thing, let's say. But the first car that I bought with my own money, actually, it was a rally car. It's a Peugeot 205 GTI. Yeah, this was the first car that I bought with my own money.
Why did you take that car?
It was the only one that I can afford. This is in rallying, because you have levels of rallying, and we were at university, so you need something to afford, and you need something to afford the running cost of it, and you want to do your passion. It's like a hobby. It's an expensive hobby for us, as
I know.
And I come from a family that we are all petrol heads. My late dad used to rally, speed test, won many rallies, hill climbs, and these. I'll tell you a short story how things get connected. His last rally was 1981 in Jordan. And that day, the first day of the rally, it was a Thursday. And he took us to school, dropped us at school with the rally car, sitting in the back in the roll cage. This is how you get attached to these. It was a Datsun 160J Triple S. I never forget the car. Sitting in the roll cage, just looking. People were looking at you. There is numbers on the car, stickers. But at that time, there was normal tires, but it was a rally car. So that is the last rally that he participated, and it gets stuck into my head. When we wanted to race at that time, he was against it because he knows how much does it cost, the running cost. So the first speed test I did was without him knowing. This is also a funny story. We used to have the speed test in Jordan in Royal Automobile Club of Jordan. So in the morning, he said, "Where are you going?" I used to have a Fiat Uno Turbo. I said, "We're going to the Dead Sea, me and my friends." I wear shorts and I put a towel on my. I said, "Okay, bye," and I left. I went to the speed test, and the next day, of course, I got third on my first speed test.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and it was good, but it was bad for me because the next day, the first thing my father sees is the newspaper, and he sees the Haddad third in his first ever speed test in the newspaper. And he called me and said, "Yesterday you were racing?" Me? I started. I said, "Yeah." And of course, and he said, "Okay, leave the keys of the car.
Of course.
You will never see this car again." And at that time, I used to have tires. They were called shaved tires, not semi-slicks or slicks, shaved tires. I borrowed them from a friend. "I need the tires. I need to remove them of the car. I need to put these things." I said, "You are not allowed to use that car." And he took the car and he put it in a showroom at his friend's showroom at that time. And I used to go sit in that showroom. Everybody comes and asks about the car. I say, "No, it's not for sale. Not for sale."
Don't take my car.
Yeah. Then it got used to it then. And he saw that we are actually good at it and we are wise about it because motorsport, you can go crazy. And especially these days, the cost of motorsport is really high. You can go crazy. You can spend all your money without any knowledge about it.
So then you got into rallying. So tell me about rallying. How was because I remember you from autocross, from
Yeah,
the days of Evolve. I remember from
correct,
Jebel Ali. I remember
correct.
from before Autodrome, before all this. And I remember you were a champion. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have the numbers, but I know now you told me you're a champion for rally. But also Tel Roman, I think.
Tarman, I unluckily I've never won it. This is the I started Al Hussein hill climb, which is Roman hill climb. The first time I did it, it was 1996
Which car?
in
Evo?
the Fiat Uno Turbo. No, the Evo, no. The Evo is a later stage. And then in the Peugeot 205,
Okay.
and it was actually in the Peugeot 205, it was one of the nicest hill climbs that I ever participated. No, it's not. 2013 was nicer, but because I didn't care, at that age, you didn't care.
For it.
Yeah. So I will try this corner putting third. I will put third. Now I'll put no, but why? You're going to the wall maybe or something. So it was
More relaxing.
more relaxed.
It wasn't about speed. I think it was more about pleasure. Yeah, but when it becomes about speed, then it becomes a disease.
Yes, it becomes. I tell everybody, if you want to go into that motorsport, especially the hill climb in Jordan, the Roman hill climb, to reach 2 minutes, there is a record of 146 that was set this year by Roger Viali. 147, sorry, not 146, 147.8. To reach 2 minutes is easy. The time 2 minutes is easy. Then every second until from 2 minutes to 1 minute 55, every 1 second will cost you a big amount of money. Then under 55, every split second, you have to invest a lot of money in it. Yes. At our times, it costs a lot because in the past you take with you one set of tires. Now you need to do testing because you are looking for the split second. You have to take 3-4 different compounds, try which one is the best. Then you do the setup. The best tire, you put the setup of the suspension for it. So you have to change the springs of the suspension. There's different
rebound.
Then after that, you have to start with the weight of the car. First of all, you start removing the interior as normal, which will cost you nothing, Then you will start, but it's not enough. I need more. So you start removing the body, the panels. You
Speakers.
put fiber. You put fiberglass. You go to then carbon fiber because this. Then you have the drive shafts. You have the steel rider. You have to change them to carbon. This is all cost of money. Then you have the gearbox. You change the first step to dog box. Then after that, you go to sequential gearbox. And this is, you're talking from 1 to 1, you're talking 6,000 euros. Then you go to 20,000 euros.
But
So
what is more fun? I mean, again, we say that classics are. Correct me if I'm wrong, but again, I feel that when driving was more of a, BMW has the slogan "pleasure in driving." This era was definitely for me, and I think for many other people, this was a time when you actually really genuinely heartfelt enjoy driving. It was not about speed. Today, I'm not pointing fingers, but the new generation, GT3, I'm bored. When will you use these 500 and something horsepower? And the more it is about numbers, the more dangerous it is, at least maybe for our age now, and the
But
less fun.
forget the numbers. I will give you a small example. Bring any kid now to ask him, take him to Porsche, Lamborghini, Ferrari, whatever brand you want, and tell him, what do you like? He'll tell you the one with the biggest screen.
Yeah.
He doesn't care what the car is.
Does it have Apple CarPlay?
Yeah. This is the first question. So times change. For us at that time, does it have 13-inch or 14-inch? It's a big. Does it have a sunroof? Is it manual or there is a button? Then when they introduced the ABS in 1984 or
82.
82 or what is this? The car is shaking.
Yeah,
There's something
something
wrong with the
wrong.
car, So So there is a different, but time is different also. People now are even in your life. You like for the easiest way to commute. I sit with a lot of people and tell you, we love cars. We love having a 911 Turbo or a GT3 or a Lamborghini. But to go to Abu Dhabi, I have my Tesla because, the drive is easy. You sit, relax.
I'm never a Tesla
Yeah.
guy.
And then I tell him, okay, where do you charge it? He said, it takes me there around 40 minutes to find where to charge it. But it's okay. On the way back, I get relaxed. I said,
Today, my friend left his car. Well, it was a few days ago. He left his car in Abu Dhabi, Tesla. Why? It needs 7 hours to charge. Slow charger. I'm not gonna wait 7 hours. And he needed to be somewhere like back in Dubai as soon as possible. And he
Well,
just
times have definitely
click it
changed.
and go.
Times are
Yeah.
not what they used to be, and I think this is the normal way. The way of evolution is not the Mitsubishi evolution, but the way of evolution.
yeah,
Tell me the story about your evolution, because I know it's a
evolution.
yeah.
Yeah, the evolution.
Listen to the story.
Yeah, the evolution. This was bought from Rally Art Germany in 1999. It went to Saudi Arabia, and it stayed in Saudi Arabia for around 2 months. Nobody knew what the car is or how they will put plates on it because they cannot, how we call it, register the car because they cannot register it as a Mitsubishi Lancer and they have no records of an evolution. So until we found somebody who knows somebody to move it from Riyadh to Jeddah, and then they put the plates on it. And we brought it to Jordan for the hill climb. It was my brother, my elder brother, who was participating in the car. So we tried, the car had 200 kilometers on the car. So we put slicks on it. The car was upgraded from Rally Art Germany. We had some people there in Rally Art Germany that did Motec, ECU, camshafts. At that time, they changed only the bolts of the head because the original bolts will be squeezing, and they will remove the dump valve and exhaust and suspension Proflex at that time. A used suspension, they get it from a rally car. So we put for him slicks. He wants to try the car first time. On the start, he put RPM, he left the clutch, and the car didn't move. So he burned the clutch. So we took the car back to the garage. I used to have a workshop for my rally cars at that time. We took it and we took to Rally Art Germany. The tuner was supposed to come at the second day at night. He said, yes, I have that. We didn't have time to put the clutch at that time, so we have to put it at, yeah. So he came the next day, we fitted the clutch, and he went and he won the hill climb in that car. My brother, not me, by the way. So after that, in 2003, the car, there has no use for the car. I was in Saudi Arabia. Nobody was in Jordan. So I sold it to a friend of mine in 2003. I don't remember the amount. In 2009, I rebought the car.
From the same person, or
No, he sold it to somebody, and when I knew that the other guy bought it, I directly called him and said, put the car at my place. The first time I drove this car in 2000, the feeling that I got from the car is something different from all the cars that we ever drove in our life. How easy the car to drive, the power of the car, the acceleration. It was something that it's like a stamp in my head. So, and that there was no black cars at that time, Evolutions. They were all red and white and silver. So this car just put a stamp in my head. I said, I want that car. Then I came back to Dubai and these things, and I bought the car.
and it has, I think, Jordan.
It has Jordan plates, and everybody laughs at me because everybody does the opposite. They take Emirati cars or Dubai cars from Dubai, and they take them to Jordan. Because here it's tax-free, there you pay double the price of the car for tax. I am doing the other way around. I have my Jordanian car here in Dubai. I like to have to look at it, sometimes. I have a Ferrari with the Jordan, but now the Ferrari is in Jordan, and I have the Clio.
Clio, yeah,
The
you got
Clio.
from us, yeah. Beautiful car and very, very rare nowadays. I rarely see any on the road anymore.
I'll be honest, when I was a kid and it would like come back in my childhood, like I remember Dad used to get it and I didn't like the look of it. Now, oh my God. I always tell him, daily. I have this word when we're like sitting, I see a car daily, man, and he'd kill me for it. He'd give me a
Yeah,
lot
because
of,
all the cars for you are daily. You tell him Fiat daily. I don't. This is we.
cars,
You know what?
you know?
We'll do an episode with you only, and how many dailies you had last year alone. So then, like from station wagons, from CLK 55, I'm not gonna change this car. Then E55 station, I'm not done E63. The literally he puts a plate number of the car 2 days. Something else, different. So, anyways, yeah, but so this was, like you said it correctly. Everybody has a stamp, and whenever I think of you, I think of that Black Evo. I think of, like, I don't want to say names, you know them. I think of a Viper, you know who it is.
Yeah,
I
of
think,
course, of course.
I
Every
think of
car.
I think of the silver one, you know who it is. I think of the
yeah.
silver Evo, they're all
Yeah.
our brothers. We'll
Of
do.
course, of course.
We will invite them also for episodes. So, um, what do you think is or now, thank God you have a huge experience, and you're, mashallah, you're still active, and we still do events, we still meet you, and we chit chat, and we reminisce about old times, and we talk about the future and everything. Is there a special, like the E28, for example? I mean, that was like a horrible maybe
No.
memory, but
No, I'll tell you, whatever you tell me, it's always the Black Evo. It's always the Black. I had many Evos. I have 7, 8, 9, 10. I have many of them at the same time. A lot of 6. I had the white, I had the silver. The silver that you see in the streets was mine. The white was mine. So, but this Black Evo, there is something about it. It's stamped and it's still there. Even sometimes, we laugh about it. My son is 14 years old now. So when he was 12, he said, I need to ask you something. He said, can I drive the Evo? I said, okay, I will let you drive it. But you have, the clutch is not easy to drive. I said, you have 5 times to try to move the car. If it moved, you drive it. If it doesn't move,
I
that's
need to
it.
change the clutch.
Yeah.
I need to change the clutch.
So on the 4th time, he moved the car. So I remember till today, and I have it on video, the smile on his face. He didn't push. He stayed on first gear. We were in a parking lot, just saying the smile on his face. It reminded me the first time I drove this car.
Get goosebumps already. He's been hooked since he was 2 years old, and a lot of people say it's better to do this than some other things that are not good. Get them busy from a young age. Get them busy get them involved in these things, because these are all good things. At the end of the day, it's like I want to call it like a cult, where you actually, how many people we have met through
Of course.
the industry.
I met Raad at an event prior to all this. Like, of course, you guys have known each other for a longer time, but I remember the first time we met was, I think it was one event in.
Yeah, one of the events. I mean,
I think it was at the coffee place. Yeah, it was a nice drive.
if there is something about cars, we are there. It's if we are like I want to say behind the scenes. I think we are alike. We're very quiet. We don't like. There is no shouting or anything or showing off. I park like far away, and we walk and we look at what everybody has, what we like. We grab. Last time we grabbed that. I forget his name. He's one of the groups. He has an E46 M3.
Yeah.
He's selling it now. But one of the stories that we need to tell also people, I'll probably invite him at one point. 546,000 kilometers, single owner, no issues with the car, man. And this just goes to tell you what you can do with the. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's a high mileage car." No problem, man. For me, a high mileage is better than the low mileage.
Yeah, of course.
There is things. I'll tell you, there are people who buy the cars because they love looking at them. Yeah, but it's not garage. If you want to, that is as an investment. That is something else.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But classic cars, they are not easy to drive. Let's be honest. It's not fun if you got stuck in traffic.
Especially in
The
summer,
AC is not cold enough. The turn ratio is not the same. So at the end of the day, you have to have a special place in your heart that you look at this. Wow, I had fun. You would be sweating, everything, but it's the experience. If you're in the street, a couple of guys give you the thumbs up, that will put a big smile. Even if you're dead in the car and the car is misfiring, but that is normal.
That happened with the Fiat, the 126. When let's say I go out and one of the cars here, a Porsche or something, nobody really looks. I went out in the little Fiat 126. I promise you,
Everybody looks
even
at
like
it.
a guy in like a Rolls Royce, he was like a nice guy. I was like, this. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Of
You
course.
know why? Because one of the things, obviously, with the new generation, new people, everything, we see a lot of new cars. I'm a BMW guy, hardcore. I promise you, after probably 2003, 2004, maybe 2006, because E46 ran all the. I have no idea. Like F series, I don't care. G series, I don't care, and I'm sure most of the our generation doesn't care. So when you shop with a classic car anywhere, you're different. Everybody has a Lamborghini now, the new one. Everybody has a Ferrari. Everybody in our day, I remember I just used to see it in a magazine, and if we did see it on the road, it was something from space that came down, and everybody knew. I'm sure Jordan, UAE, Bosnia, the same. Everybody knew who the owner of that car is because that was a car you don't see every day. So now it's like the time is again going back like 30 years. This is coming back now. If you sit in many like a 123, 124, or any one of the cars, you are different in the street, man. And the values of these cars has only appreciated. It hasn't been, for us. I honestly, genuinely don't care about the value. It could be a million dirhams, and it could be the value could be dropped to zero. I genuinely like or
It's the
enjoy
feel
these
that the
cars.
car
Yeah,
gives you.
Uh, Come on, sometimes it depends on the also what do you like, you know. For me, I consider, listen, are you at the showroom? Yes, I'm coming just to drink tea. I'm not coming to drink tea. I want to see what cars is. There are cars that I haven't seen for a long time. Just to have a look. What is this? You just have some memories in that car. You go around. You have the tea. You talk a couple of things. You remember. Then you leave.
this is our time.
This is for me. This is like, and always the nice thing about this place is there's always something new. Not new car. It's a new car, but it's an older model,
Yeah.
And it's not like the usual classic showrooms that you go to. You find the Honda Accord.
Yeah.
Where do you
Prelude.
find, well, other than the Accord, the two doors,
Yeah.
where do you find these things? It gives you the goosebumps. I remember Prelude. I remember the first one I went in. The color, everything. So
It's a walk down memory.
yes, and yeah, and I feel happy when I go inside the showroom. How many times are you there? Yes. Until what time? I'm coming just to have a look. Yeah, and we come around, take pictures, show my friends in Jordan. Look what I found. This is like your car in the. We start also. It's
You don't find these cars anymore, honestly. It's becoming more and more, like challenging to find the cars. But even with the cars today that we have, winter is around the corner. So again, not because of anything, because I'm hardcore. I have a different like passion. I love all the cars, but like the Evo is stamped for you, BMW is stamped for me, and I've owned most of them. I can't wait for the winter, and literally we are blessed because what am I going to take out? Like Muhammad is always fighting with me. You take the second, and this is live on camera. The second I say I'm taking this car out, no, I'll take it. You have 100 cars to choose. The car I want, you want? No, I want it. That becomes it becomes. But now this winter we're gonna do something different probably, and we would love you to be a part of. You are my family. You are a part of, and I can't imagine
of course.
the automotive scene without you and without your presence in the. I don't want to say market, but in the industry. You are one of the pivotal people for me and for many others, and I can't thank you enough for coming here. And we will be seeing you more often. We will be inviting you. We don't need to invite you. This is your place.
Of course, of course, of
But when
course.
it comes to podcasts, I want people. We are trying to tell people, other than the cars come and go, but the people are what's important.
What's your story?
Exactly. We want to know what's your story, and this is only a short snippet because it's our stories are endless, and we can keep on going and going and going. But also to make it more interesting to the public, we don't want to bore them like with 1, 2, 3 hour podcasts. It needs to be short and sweet. So, and people need to also see you. And I'm honestly, I'm waiting for people to ask questions as well. Whenever this comes out, people know you. You are super famous for the car industry. I don't think I know anyone in my network of friends that has not heard of you or knows you directly. You are family, definitely.
Thank you
I
very
thank
much.
you so much for coming and taking the time to come all the way to Dera. we are now like a remote area for, even though this was the main street
Yeah.
at one point.
Weekends are good for
Yeah.
When
for
there is no
business.
traffic, there is
When
no
they-
problem.
yeah, yeah. So I can't thank you enough. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. You're
Bless
welcome.
you, and you will be back,
Inshallah,
God
inshallah,
willingly.
of course.
You know, the winter is again just around the corner. We have something special for everyone. We can't announce it, but you are a part of family, and you're going to be with us as you are always. And we are here for you, man. You know, if you could pick any car today, which car would you pick? Yeah,
I cannot pick one. I need more choices.
2, 3,
I'm greedy. I'm greedy.
no, 2, 3, 4.
No, you cannot just pick one. You have there is a lot of nice cars. You cannot just limit me to one car. You know, I have different tastes of cars, and you have everything that is nice. Let's see. So you know me better. So I
I
cannot
know.
just pick one. I don't have one car in mind. I have many cars always. You know, I one day I come ask about some Porsches, one about the Jaguar, one about Mercedes, one. So it's a different.
You are a true
Yeah.
brother and a true car guy,
Thank
because
you.
unlike many, you know, somebody's like, oh, I wouldn't buy that. But why not, man? It's like I love this 124, and I genuinely hope it doesn't sell, because you know
Yeah,
I like it and I don't care about the value, but the driving experience is just something else. And this is what one of the things I love about you is that you are super knowledgeable, super diverse, and you don't mind like driving a Peugeot or a BMW, which I wouldn't sell, or a Mercedes or whatever. لا,
of course,
they're
of
all yours,
course.
man. All the cars
Of
are yours.
course, of
My
course.
cars are all with you. We hope to see you again very soon.
Thank you very
We will
much.
invite you again. We are blessed to have somebody as big as you in our podcasts, and we hope that people will get to know you better through us. And of course, anybody has any questions, you know, put them in the comments, or I don't know where this is going to be. Yeah, I'm still old school. Write a paper, send us a fax. I don't know. Yeah.
No, of course.
But yeah, again, thank you so much.
Thank
sir.
you for having me,
It was my pleasure,
of
our
you,
pleasure.
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
hopefully we'll always see newer cars with smiley faces in the showroom.
We hope so, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.